Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Jordan, and welcome to JC's Anime Reviews. And today we're going to be talking about the comedy anime Nichijou. And Nichijou primarily focuses on the daily antics of a trio of childhood friends, high school girls Mio, Yuko, and Mai, whose stories soon intertwine with the young genius Hakase Shinonome, her robot caretaker Nano, and their talking cat Sakamoto. With every passing day, the lives of these six, as well as many of the people around them, experience both the calms of normal life and the insanity of the absurd. Walking to school, being hit in the head by salmon falling from the sky, spending time with friends, and watching the principal suplex a deer. They are all in a day's work in the extraordinary everyday lives of those in Nichijou. Honestly, this was probably the funniest anime I've ever seen. I know I've done reviews in the past for Love is War, for both those seasons, and I said how funny that was and how that was probably the funniest anime that I've ever seen, but I think that this one is funnier. The comedy that Nichijou does is just very ridiculous and totally over the top, and there are so many parts or scenes where some crazy thing will happen that just doesn't really make any sense, or it's very weird, and it just how over the top and how crazy and how weird whatever the thing is that happens is what makes it super funny, and that's what makes the comedy work so well. It's not just the comedy that's good, the characters are also really good too. And I think my favorite characters are Hakase, Nano, and Sakamoto. I thought that they were really funny, and I really like Hakase because she's like 4 or 5 years old, and it made a robot, or Nano is the robot that she made. And what I like is that they don't really address this directly. They don't just explain why she's 4 or 5 years old and is a genius and is able to make a robot and a scarf to put on a cat to make a cat talk. It's just really crazy and ridiculous, and I like that they don't directly address it or mention it really at all. She just will come up with these random inventions or just make them randomly. They don't really show her making it, but she'll just be like, okay, I'm gonna go make this thing, and then just makes it in a couple seconds. It's just really ridiculous and really crazy, and I think that it's really funny. I also thought that the 3 high school girls were really funny, who are probably more of our main characters than Hakase and stuff like that, but they're still all main characters. And I thought there's a lot of funny scenes with the high school girls, and some of the stuff that happens at their school is just completely ridiculous and crazy. And what I find interesting is that those 6 characters are the main characters, but there are a bunch of other characters in this show too, and they almost don't feel like side characters at times. Sometimes they feel like main characters. It's the way that the episodes work, which I'm going to try to explain in a second, that makes it feel like this. So basically, each episode has a series of mini funny things that happen throughout it, and sometimes they'll focus on the Hakase and Nano and them, or they'll focus on the 3 high school girls, or they'll focus on some random side character doing some just really silly thing. And how it's like that, where it's maybe a mini story where it's focusing on one person, and that person isn't the main character, is what makes them feel like main characters, because they get little stories. Having a hard time explaining it. It's almost like a comedy skit, but in an anime, but it's not really a skit, if that makes sense. There are some funny parts that happen, a 5-minute funny thing will happen, then it'll cut to a minute long thing, and then a 5-minute thing, a 5-minute thing, and just keep cutting around to all these series of mini funny stories almost, or funny things that happen. And I really like that about it. I know that I didn't explain it the best, and the way I explained it made it probably sound not super interesting, but it just works. The way that they tell the story just makes the comedy and everything about it work so well. And the way that they tell the story, how it's just these series of mini random funny things that will happen, really helps that comedy that's just super random and ridiculous and all these crazy things happening. And I just love it. I think that the way that they did the comedy, characters, and everything is really good, and it's really awesome. I know I couldn't explain that the best. Honestly, this is one of those things where you have to see for yourself. So I would definitely recommend going and watching the show. It's only on Funimation, but even if you don't have Funimation, go on YouTube and look up Nichijou funny moments, and there are people who make a bunch of compilations of just these funny scenes from it, and you'll probably get a better idea of what I'm talking about when I say it's just completely ridiculous and random. Like there's one episode where a teacher suplexes a deer, so you'll see what I'm talking about. So I recommend doing that. Look it up or go watch the show. I think it's a really good show and I really enjoyed it. The only negative thing I can really say about this anime is that it's a little repetitive. That's about it. Like, I feel like it's hard to find problems with this show because it's just so funny and so good, and I really liked it. So I'm gonna give Nichijou an A. Nice! You just need to go check this one out. It's really, really good, and I think that you would really enjoy it if you like comedy anime. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to like the video and subscribe. We're almost at 130 subscribers. That would be cool if we hit it. Also, you'll be one of the first people to see whenever I post a new anime review. So if you want to subscribe to see the next review coming this week on Erased, if you want to see that review, make sure to subscribe. Hey guys, I just want to say that the Erased review will not be coming this week because while I was editing this video, there was a day where the internet went out, so I couldn't really work on it at all. So I had to push this video back further, and in doing so, it's gonna push back the Erased review because I had to work on this one, and now I have to work on the Erased review, and I don't have enough time to finish it before the end of the week, so it'll probably be coming sometime next week. So I'll see you guys next time with the Erased review, and then the next one after that, which I think is gonna be cool. Okay, bye.